All right, my fellow freedom-loving Americans, how's it going? Welcome back to Deep South EDC Live. We got a really crazy story. So this one's coming out of my former home state, New Mexico. So I grew up in New Mexico, went to high school in New Mexico, and moved out when I was about 20, 21 maybe, and moved to Louisiana. But anyway, this story came out last night. And this is some really crazy stuff. So the governor of New Mexico is pretty much taking up a tyrannical stance to the Second Amendment and the Constitution, and is basically being a tyrant to all of her constituents and all of the citizens of New Mexico. So I'm going to play this part of this announcement that she made. A lot of it is really disturbing. So if you guys live in New Mexico, please pay attention to this. This is crazy. After I play it, I'll play it again, and then we'll kind of talk about it. So I'm going to make sure y'all can hear it.
Because if you're not horrified that on any street corner in too many cities in New Mexico, there is someone with a gun sticking out of their waist or their belt. And I'll tell you, if you're a young person, you're not allowed to have a handgun.
It's a crime already.
I got it, but we won't be able to arrest all of them. So imagine, just in a perfect world, if this was upheld, it gives all of these police officers the ability to focus on the real criminals.
Last follow-up.
Yeah. What your point is valid.
You took an oath to the Constitution. Isn't it unconstitutional to say you cannot exercise your carry license?
With one exception, and that is if there's an emergency, and I've declared an emergency for a temporary amount of time, I can invoke additional powers. No constitutional right, in my view, including my oath, is intended to be absolute. There are restrictions on free speech. There are restrictions on my freedoms.
No.
In this emergency, this 11-year-old and all these parents who have lost all these children, they deserve my attention to have the debate about whether or not in an emergency we can create a safer environment. Because what about their constitutional rights? I took an oath to uphold those two.
She just said her oath doesn't matter.
Problem. Without being bold, I've said to every other New Mexican, your rights are subrogated to theirs. And they are not, in my view.
Well, wait a minute. You say about crimes. There are already laws against crimes, so how are there rights?
I got it, but again, if I'm unsafe, who's standing up for that right? If this climate is so out of control, somebody should do something. I'm doing as much as I know to do.
Do you really think that criminals are going to hear this message and not carry a gun in Albuquerque on the streets for 30 days?
No.
So the reporter just asked, do you really believe that all of the criminals who are hearing this are really not going to carry a gun for 30 days? And her response is shocking. I'm going to play that part again because everybody needs to listen to this, because it defeats the whole purpose of the point of her actually doing this illegal, tyrannical shit that she's fucking doing right now.
Do you really think that criminals are going to hear this message and not carry a gun in Albuquerque on the streets for 30 days?
No. But here's what I do think.
She doesn't believe it.
Resounding message.
A resounding message to who? To who, though? The only resounding message that she's putting across is that if you are a law-abiding citizen, she will enact whatever order she wants to, no matter if it's unconstitutional or constitutional, and she will deem you a criminal and arrest you. So that's what she's saying. She's outlining open carry and concealed carry, legal open carry and concealed carry. The reporter asked, do you think any of the criminals who listen to this message are gonna, take heed? She said no. So what the fuck is the point? You know what I mean? So the criminals can still have guns, but the law-abiding citizens, sorry, sorry, it's illegal for you to have guns. And if you have one, we're just going to come and arrest you. One of the other reporters even said, we already have laws on the books. These are already crimes. Why don't we just enforce the law? Oh, well, it's just easier to ban all the guns. This is crazy. That cop sitting right next to her should have arrested her for not upholding her oath of office to the Constitution. She said in the same fucking breath that her emergency orders are bigger than her oath of office to the Constitution, and then at the same time says that, oh, I made an oath to the people of New Mexico. Your oaths don't mean shit. This is why your state, your local elections are important. This lady should have never even been elected in the first place. What the hell is going on, New Mexico? Legal action needs to be taken against this tyrannical governor. She needs to be impeached, she needs to be recalled, and she needs to be charged. This is crazy. So the Albuquerque police chief and the Bernalillo County sheriff, who Bernalillo County is the county that surrounds Albuquerque, they already said that they are not going to be following this tyrant's illegal order. So good on them. Good on the police chief and the sheriff of those two departments. It's rare I commend police officers, but thank you for doing something right. You guys should go and arrest the governor. This is crazy. I hope everybody hears this. I hope the people of New Mexico hear this message that she's putting out. She can do whatever she wants, Constitution or not. Luckily, the police in the Bernalillo County and Albuquerque area, are smart, and they're not tyrants, at least from what this appears to be. Anyway, guys, if I were in Albuquerque, I would just keep carrying business as usual. If you do get arrested, that's a fat lawsuit. Go for it. Do it. Business as usual. Stay well regulated. Do not let the criminals take charge. Do not let the tyrannical governor of New Mexico ban guns and leave you a victim to the criminal element. This one's got me pissed off. She thinks she can do whatever she wants just because of her fucking feelings. It's ridiculous. Stay well regulated, y'all.